will then introduce the film to the interview.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Good afternoon. I'm in awe. Sorry, I am here in the Museum of Natural History. Thank you very much for having me. It's so nice to be here. Dr. JC, Dr. Lu, very nice, very, very honored for me to be here. I'm not a very good speech maker on the fly, so I hope you don't mind if I read my introduction. I also want you to know that I have a very old friend in the room today. We knew each other when we were in grade school, Dr. Dave. So you can tell kind of how old we are.
Yeah, early 40s.
Ito sabi ko late 30s. Thank you very much for your kind invitation to introduce a film that I am extremely proud of, but in which I played a very small part. The opportunity came about by sheer coincidence. You see, my aunt happened to be working for Philippine Airlines in 1978. Who was born after 1978? Can I see a show of hands? Who was born after? After. Don't be shy. It's okay. You're young, millennials. There. See, there you go. There are quite a few of you. There was a Philippine Airlines in 1978. So Pal was working or sponsoring a documentary by the National Geographic Society on what was known then as the monkey-eating eagle. And my aunt asked me if I would host it. The documentary team was looking for someone who could annotate on camera kasi pretty at the time. My career as a singer was just beginning, but I didn't say yes so that I could add this feature on my resume. I accepted because I had grown up reading National Geographic magazines. They were magazines then, from cover to cover. And I was fascinated by wildlife. Although I'm extremely afraid of insects. That's all I could do. So, when they told me, I said, oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm gonna go into the wilds of Mount Apo, and I'm going to be able to catch an eagle on my arm. I mean, how exciting is that, di ba? Documentary, eagle, monkey eating, nothing like that ever happened. Nothing. But what did happen was even better. I got an education. You see, the team was so small that aside from their zeal and camera equipment, they had no scriptwriter. So, under their direction, I wrote the narration spiels on large sheets of Manila paper, also known as majongpan, papel ng majong, which we rolled up and took along to various setups around Manila and Makiling, so that we could approximate the slopes of Mount Apo. We could not go back there because may NPA na rin nun. In fact, the team had been kidnapped for a while and hogtied, and they stole all the camera equipment, and thank God left just the tapes, the celluloid. That's what they were at the time. Wala pang hindi digital na. So I could not have written a word without the guidance of these fine gentlemen. My mentors, the documentary team, were men who would eventually become giants in their fields of expertise. I am forever grateful to Dr. Dioscoro, Doc Joe Gabor of this hallowed university for teaching me about the effects of kainin on our agricultural lands and the wildlife that lived in them. The term wasn't widely used then, but he was among our first conservationists, if not our first. And he was eager to sound the alarm. Philippine Eagle Foundation Director, Dr. Dennis Salvador, very young then, but up to this day, his unflagging passion for our national bird remains as strong as it did in 1978. You see it whenever he speaks of the eagles we love. And if you visit the Philippine Eagle Foundation website, you'll see a lot of the stuff that they do there now on captive breeding, etc. And the Philippine Eagle Foundation does continue to thrive in his exceptional hands. Dr. Robert S. Kennedy, or Bob Kennedy as we call him, he was the team ornithologist, would eventually complete his great work, A Guide to the Birds of the Philippines, the Bible for enthusiastic bird watchers like Randy David, the writer. I think I gained Randy's respect when I told him I had worked with Bob because he was so impressed. Nothing about my political activism, nothing. But when I told him that I knew Bob Kennedy, he was floored. Finally, Neil Rettig is my kuya. Today, he is a world-renowned, multi-awarded, 4-time Emmy Award winning wildlife photographer, cinematographer. Even then, in 1978, his love for birds, raptors in particular, was obvious and it showed in his camera work. Nothing was going to stop him from capturing the perfect shot, that soaring eagle's flight, not even the need for a bottle break. He could sit in a blind for like 16 hours straight. And now, over 35 years later, he's 65. He and Dennis Salvador continue to fight for the survival of our beloved Philippine eagle. The Philippine eagle, Pithecophega jeffreyi, I proudly call it, and I use that to impress people, I have to say, is the star of this documentary. We were just the supporting cast. We are inspired to describe our national bird as majestic, noble, strong, surprisingly gentle. To me, the Philippine eagle is a continuing inspiration. Despite unintended or deliberate efforts like poaching, trophy hunting, and habitat encroachment, this beautiful bird fights beak and talons for its survival. The eagle is a symbol of our freedoms, in constant danger of extinction. Like the song says, ibon man may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak. We are not meant to live incarcerated by any person, belief, or state of mind. We are meant to thrive in concert with Mother Nature, restricted only by respect for her and for one another. Like the Philippine eagle, we are meant to live and be free. God bless the Philippine eagle. God bless UPLB-MNH, Museum of Natural History, and God bless us, the Philippines. Thank you.